Hello and welcome back to Haunts Wargaming. We are playing a solo game today. More exciting than that, I'm going to be trying out the mission cards. If you didn't know, there are optional rules for mission cards available for OnePageRules. They're available for free on their website, along with pretty much all the other rules except for like the advanced rules and the mission packs. You can print them out and cut them out individually and use them as like actual playing cards, or you can use 2 dice and just roll to see which mission card you get. So I'm going to be using that. I will be playing the Alien Hives, and I will be playing against the Human Defense Force. And I put 2 lists together that I thought were kind of fun. We'll see how it goes. I am playing with 1,000 points, so they are pretty small forces. I'm using the Frontal Clash Deployment from the advanced rules. It's the first time that I've used this one on the channel. For the cards, I'll be playing Total Dominion, and that just means both players share a single deck. Since this is solo, I will use the AI deployment rules. So how that works is I just deploy everything, and then the AI units are randomly divided into 3 groups of equal size as far as possible. To deploy, divide the table into 3 sections along the AI deployment zone, 1, 2, and 3, and then roll a d3 for each group, determine which section its units deploy in, re-rolling if you need to. Then deploy 1 random unit at a time in its section as close as possible to the nearest objective and outside of difficult and dangerous terrain. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll go over the armies. All right, here is the setup. You actually spent a decent amount of time thinking about where to deploy. They suggest that you make a couple different AI armies up so you don't know exactly what you're facing. But yeah, I didn't do that. But it's a pretty balanced list. I don't think it matters that much. We'll start with my army. First up, we have a squad of Snatchers led by a Snatcher Lord using the Vrata's model. They have the Rapid Charge aura. They get plus 4 inches when they're charging. With the Snatchers, you can now choose between either having Fast or Scout. So I chose Fast for these guys. And Scout for the other squad, which is over here. That's just a 5-man squad. They scouted up. Both squads have the Mind Snatcher, of course. We got the new character Trocius here, kind of in the center. He's going to be using his piercing tag here soon. Then we get our 3-man squad of Guardians, kind of in the center as well. Since these are my shooting units and they're a little bit more tanky, I thought it made more sense to put them in the middle. And then we got a 10-man squad of Assault Grunts with Piercing Growth, which has changed a bit since the last time I used it. We'll get to that later on. In the back, leading the army, we got General Namus, who's really making a name for himself on this channel. He's leading a 20-man squad of recruits. Beside that, we got some ogres with the shields and the batons. Another squad of ogres with shields and batons on the other side. And beside that, we got a 10-robot squad of grunties. And then in the center here, leading the charge, we have an assault vehicle. On to round 1. So the first thing we do is draw some cards. Each player gets 3 cards. So I have Decapitates. In this or any previous round, destroy the enemy hero with the highest cost. In case of a tie in cost, any of them counts. Maneuver, no enemy unit within 6 inches of the table center. No enemy unit within 12 inches of the table center. Okay, that might actually be doable. And then assassinate, destroy 1 enemy model with the hero rule. Oh, that's a pretty good setup actually for me. Looks like General Namus is in trouble. I'm going to lay these cards out on the board. You probably won't be able to see them, but it's more for my reference here. Okay, so the first batch of cards, pretty much all of them were like impossible for the AI to even achieve. So I discarded those and picked 3 new cards. We got Control Objective 2, very doable. It's right there. Control Objective 3 at the beginning and end of the same round. And then we got Control Objective 4, also very doable. Okay, that's a much better hand. At the end of each round, players check and see if they've completed at least 1 condition on any of the cards. If they did, then they must score the one worth the most victory points and discard that card. In case of a tie, neither player scores it. I'm not sure if these cards were made with the intention of being able to play with the AI rules. But yeah, we're going to see how it goes. So the solo rules have decision trees. They're broken down by unit type. It just asks you a few yes or no questions to decide what the unit should actually do. Pretty straightforward. I'm not going to talk about it too much beyond right now, but I did want to mention that since we're using the cards, I may kind of alter that a bit. I'll just focus a little more on getting the objectives that are actually going to score points. That's going to be top priority, and then I'll use the AI instructions for anything beyond that. A lot of it's just going to kind of be up to my own discretion what I choose for the units to do. Just wanted to throw that out there. The activation orders are randomized. I'm going to use the blue dice for the Alien Hives and the green dice for the Human Defense Force. Rolling to see who goes first. All right, I'm going first. Okay, so my main priority is to try and get General Namus down, and then also trying to keep the center open. So I think we're going to start with the grunts. I'm going to move them up. We're going to keep them just outside of 3 inches, something like that. And they have the piercing growth ability. Place one marker on this unit at the beginning of each round. As long as it isn't shaken, you get up to a maximum of 4 markers, and for each 2 markers, models with this rule get AP +1 on their weapons. So the last time I think it was just like 2 markers and you got AP +1 for each one, but they bumped that up probably because it was OP, just to kind of slow that ability down a little bit. I think that's probably why they did that. Seems like a good decision to me. I think you also used to lose these points if you would become shaken. They did take that out. I don't know if I like that decision, but yeah, now it's not going to be so overwhelmingly powerful early on. So that's good. So the attack vehicle is going next. It's going to move up here, take 4, which is one of the ones that it needs to get, and then it's going to shoot. There's nothing within the 12-inch bubble, but it does have the Gatling cannon, which is 18, 6 attacks for that. So AI units always shoot the nearest valid target, prioritizing units that haven't activated yet. If the nearest target is in cover, but there is another valid target in the open, the AI must prioritize the target in the open. I would say that these guys do not get cover, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to roll for them. Yeah, I was kind of risking it there. I was hoping that the tank wouldn't activate first, and I could move the Guardians up a little bit. 6 attacks. Quality 4, though. 3 go through. I need 5s, so 2 of them die. That's not great. Yeah, it'd be great if I could deal with 1 threat at a time. I'm going to move Trocius up here. That does put him just barely within 12. So he's going to put this tag on the tank. He's going to use his piercing tag ability. This is a once per game thing. During the model's activation, pick one enemy unit within 12 inches in line of sight. You place X markers on it, which he just has 1. When attacking, friendly units may remove markers from the target before rolling to block to get AP +Y on their weapons. It just pretty much adds a negative AP modifier. I'm going to shoot him, but I'm not going to use the tag yet. 2 attacks with reliable. They have Bane. Bane ignores regen. When the target rolls a 6 to defend, you got to re-roll it. There's no AP on this attack. Need 2s. Re-rolling the 6. 2s. The recruits are going to go next. They have a 24-inch range, so they aren't going to be able to shoot. They're just going to come up here and grab this second objective, which is the other one. They honestly got a really good pick. I did not try that. Yeah, they're going to go there. And next I'm going to go with my Guardians. They want to stay 9 inches away from him to get their Relentless. They are going to move up, something like that. They can go up a little further. We're putting everything on him, and I'm going to use the tag. Relentless, when this model shoots at enemies over 9 inches away, unmodified results of 6, deal 1 extra hit. And then it's going to be with 1 extra AP as well. Their 3s, going to go with the Shock Harpoon first, because that's going to be my best one. Come on. Never goes through. Then we'll do the Heavy Ravager guns. We got 2 of those. On 3s as well. These have Destructive, which is a new one for me. On unmodified results of 6 to hit, those get AP +4. So it's kind of like Rending without the Ignore regen. Okay, hoping for a couple 6s here. At least a bunch of 3s. Oh, wow. What? That's what we're talking about. Yes, thank you. Thank you. They all go through. That's crazy. So that would be 10 total, 4 with the 6s that get the Relentless. Okay, so 4 with Destruction, that's AP4, AP5 with the tag. So I would need 6s. You got one of those. And then 6 with AP2, puts them on 4-ups. Nice. He didn't get any of those. That's 6 more. That destroys it. Wow, that was a really good roll. Yeah, the attack vehicle is a tough 9, and I just did 9 flat. That was clutch. That gets me the center. Good job, Guardians. The grunties in the back corner there are going next. These guys are definitely hidden to them. Yeah, for sure, because of these bushes. So they're just going to move up their full 12. Capture this objective, even though it's not going to score them any points this round. I am just going to move these snatchers up here a little bit. I'm going to keep them behind this cliff face here because they are very squishy, and I'm going to try and catch this big squad unaware before they can shoot me. Even though they're only hitting on 6s, that's a lot of damage. Next up, we have the ogres in the back here. They're going to rush towards the center here. They might be able to keep me from getting my full 2 points on this. This squad over here doesn't have any sort of aura or anything, so they're charging 12 inches. They aren't going to be able to make it yet, unfortunately. I think they're going to do the same thing the Soul Snatchers over there are doing right now. Just kind of hold out. We could maybe get a little closer, but I don't want to come around this rock face here and put myself out there in the open to get shot. The last squad of ogres in the back there is going to do the same thing. They're going to make their way towards the center. And yeah, that's round 1. So I didn't assassinate, I didn't decapitate. I scored for outmaneuver. The exact center is like right here. The ogres did screw that up. There were no enemy units within 6 inches of the table center. They were within 12, so I only get 1 point. They almost seized 4, but since I had such good rolls, I managed to kill that tank. I kept them from scoring a 2nd point there. So it is tied up 1-1, and we pick more cards. So each side has 3. I got Show No Mercy. For 1 victory point, win a melee by 3 or more wounds, or win a melee by 6 or more for 2 victory points. That I could potentially do. And then for the Human Defense Force, control objective 6. They already got it, so there you go. They will have that unless I take it back. Human Defense Force would go first. I do get my spell points. Ogres are up first. Yes, just walk right into my firing squad. They need 3 and 4, so whichever one's closest. Yeah, I'd say this one's probably closer. They're going for 3. Now they're up in my grill. Well, I don't have my tag anymore, but I think I'm going to try and shoot that squad and see if I can get them down. My Guardians are just going to move over just a little bit. They have a clear line of shot then. Troceus isn't in the way. Yeah, they need to be within 18. They're in the sweet spot, but they do have their shields. We will shoot with the shock harpoon first. Hitting them with the heavy Ravager guns. Needing 3s. There you go. That's a more reasonable roll. 4 go through. AP1, no destructive. It's destructive, not destruction. Hits. The ogres have shielded. Units where all models have this rule get +1 to defense rolls against hits that are not from spells. So that negates the AP1. They need 4s. Duh. They got 2. Not quite enough to kill 1. The other ogre squad is activated next, and they're going to rush over to 4, capturing that one. Troceus only has a 12-inch range on his bile burner, so I think I'm going to try and shoot this squad here. Debating if I want to move him. He's fairly tanky. I need to get to this squad here, otherwise they're just going to sit there and shoot. Yeah, we're going to move him up here. His bile burner has Bane, Blast 3, reliable. So I just need 2s. Got that. 6 hits. No AP though, but it does have Bane. Because of the shielded, they get +1 to defense rolls. They need 3s. Rerolling 6s. Okay. So it's enough to kill 1 of them. The recruits are going next. We'll see if Troceus can take the heat. He's at least contesting this right now, so he just needs to stay alive. So General Namus is going to lead his squad of recruits towards this objective, because they don't control that yet. They're only going to move up 6, so they can shoot at Troceus. A lot of recruits. I would say since they're touching this, that it acts more like a barricade than anything else. I don't think that would give him cover. Yeah, we'll go with General Namus first, since he's a quality 4. He's got a master rifle. Masterfully done. He shoots and hits once. And Trocius has a quality 4, then he's got regen. He gets that. The recruits get 1 attack apiece, but there's 20 of them. 20 shots, needing 6s. Only 1. Yeah, these recruits, they're pretty green. No AP, 4 again, gets that. General Namus just shakes his head. Oh, these useless recruits. We might be in charging range now. Oh yeah. With the rapid charge aura, these snatchers are easily within charging range. Yeah, they should all be able to get in there pretty easily. We're going to try a Psychic Blast before we attack. Going to use both of his points for that. I need a 4 up. Doesn't get it. The Snatcher Lord and the Soul Snatchers both have the same profile, so I'm just going to roll them together. Actually, no, now that I think about it, they also have fast, so they would have an 18-inch charge. I don't think I would have been able to make that before. Need some 3s. A lot of 1s. A lot of 2s. 8. They're defense 5. Just because of the AP alone, they would be on 6s. 6s. That's pretty good. 8 dead. Yeah, there's still quite a few recruits out there, though. 7 of them are within range, and then I'll roll separately for Namus. Just some CCWs. 6s for that. 2 go through. Snatchers are a defense 4. Ah! Lost 2 of them so far. And then Namus goes. He's got 2. 1 goes through. 4s again. Oh, come on. 3 of them die. That's not great. I did kill way more though. Namus is a quality 4, and then the Human Defense Force have Hold the Line, which gives them +1 to morale tests. They added this little caveat here: rolls triggered by shooting or melee. So I guess that wouldn't count towards spells anymore. So we need a 3 up for that. Gosh, they're shaking. Also a clutch move. The grunties are going to go last. I've very intentionally been hiding from them, so they can't see me here. Objective 5 would be the one that they would want to go for. I think they're going to move 6 and they're going to shoot. You can't tell from the overhead camera, but this tree is pretty open on the bottom here. They're going to shoot at the Guardians, but the Guardians are obviously going to get cover. Just 1 attack apiece, no AP, but they do have good shots, so they're hitting on 4s. Pretty good. 6 go through. I think the Guardians can take it though. They have a defense 3. That would go down to a defense 2. So they take 1 damage. We'll put that on the skewer gun guy. Losing the speed for that piercing growth is pretty rough, honestly. Snatchers are going to come around this corner here. I think they're going to kind of have to daisy chain in there, and then the grunties pile in. We're going to spend the 2 points again, see if we can get it this time. I'm going to cast the same thing. Psychic Blast. Once again, I need a 4. Gets it this time. Psychic Blast is pick an enemy unit within 12 inches, which takes 4 hits with AP2. AP2 puts them at a 6 up. They all die. Very nice. I'm going to say only 3 of them could attack, because the other 2 were pretty far back there. Quabity 3. It does have rending. Once again, not that it really matters because they're going to be 6s either way. But yeah, 4 go through. 6s. Yeah, it's 4 more dead. The last 2 attack back. They're hitting on 5s. They don't go through. And then they have Fearless. When a unit where all models have this rule fails a morale test, roll 1 die, and on a 4 up, it counts as passed instead. So with Hold the Line, they need a 4 up. They got that. I was kind of hoping to kill them so I could move in there and get this objective, but yeah, that's just didn't quite happen that way. I was just a little too far away. And then this squad, feeling a lot better. I was worried that they would shoot me off the board. I'm just going to move up a little bit. I want to stay out of their 12-inch bubble because I know these guys will melt, much like those grunties just did. And I get 1 more point for this, so they will be hitting on a AP 1. Yeah, that's round 2. All right, round 3. Time for scoring. I didn't get to decapitate and assassinate yet. I'm hoping I get it this round. Show no mercy. Win a melee by 6 or more wounds. I did get it with that one, so that's 2 points for me. I wasn't quite close enough to seize objective 6. Human Defense Force did get that one. They also got objective 4. Objective 3, Troceus is holding the line there, so they did not get that one yet. So that's 2 apiece. Still neck and neck, but definitely feels a little more, I don't know, competitive. I'd say I get that, but it definitely makes the game a little bit more interesting, a little bit more dynamic. I do think we might start using these cards regularly. I'll pick one to fill in for mine. Control objective 6. Look at that. And then for the Human Defense Force, control any 3 objectives. And then control objective 5. That's going to be a little tougher. I don't think they're getting that one. And unfortunately, they get to go first. The good news is the recruits are shaken, so they can't go. Per the solo rules, shaken AI units only activate after non-shaken AI units have activated, and they always stay idle to stop being shaken. This squad here is going to go first, and they actually have something that they can charge. Can't charge this squad. They're going to charge the Guardians. Would have been nice to get at least one of them down before they got a charge in. So they have 3 attacks apiece. Just with the shock batons. They also have Furious. When charging on modified rolls of 6 to hit in melee, deal 1 extra hit. Shock batons are hitting on 4s. There's 1 6. Not too painful. That's 2 extra hits. 2 with rending, 4 without. Hive Guardians are a defense 3 though. That's 2 wounds. And then I would need 6s. It's 2 more. Then they have their regular bashes. Hit on 4s. One of those goes through. 3 for that. Didn't get that either. Oh man. So that kills 2 of them. And we'll hit back. They just have their Razor Claws. 2 attacks apiece. 3s. 1 goes through. Defense 3. Get it easily. And then for the morale test, I have my Hive Bonds. So I only need a 2. Okay, good. That Hive Bond is really nice. Of course, Hold the Line does the same thing, so I don't have to worry about them yet. I'm going to charge this squad here. I am not going to use my points for any spells. I don't think there's anything that I could do that would really be worth it. Do I really even need to roll for this? 3s, 3 6s. See if they can get the 6s. Nope, they're dead. I'm just going to move back a little bit. Get within range of that. That'll get me a point. These guys would have to go next. They're going to charge Troceus. Well, that's a little bit less damage coming through here from them. At least I got the 1 down. Shock batons. 4s. Not bad, not bad. No 6s, that helps. So 3 go through. No AP. Puts him on his 4 up. They do have rending, so he's not going to be able to use his regen. Bashes. 1 of those goes through. That is not rending. 4 up. He gets it anyway. Doesn't even need to use that. He might actually do pretty well here. Yeah, I really like Troceus. He's a pretty good kind of like cheaper hero model. Does a lot of useful things. Has a pretty interesting profile. He's got his acidic claws, and those have Bane. 2 go through. Defense 3. Oh, they get him. I would have to do a morale test. Needs a 3 up. Whew, gets it. Gotta hold the line there. Next I gotta charge this unit before it recovers. I'm gonna try and cast Overwhelming Strike on them. It'll just do 2 hits, but I need to get as many hits as I can in here. Doesn't get that. I felt like it was worth it because there's a good chance they might die from this. It's possible. 8 attacks total, quality 3. With rending, again, not that it really matters, but there's 5 6s. Ah, they get 2. Okay. Well, the good news is Namus is also hitting on 6s now. Since they're shaken, they would have piled in when they charged, so they should all be able to hit. 11 hits, hoping for no 6s again. 1 6. Yes. Or did I get 2? I think I might have got 2. I need 4s. Get some. Yes. So the starting size for this unit was 21. This is something I had to look into. Usually it doesn't come up that often. It's something we've kind of house ruled, but I just wanted to try and find an official ruling on it. And I did see that under the hero rules, it says that when a hero joins a unit, they count as part of that unit. So the unit size is increased by 1. I think that means that it increases the starting value by 1. So for like morale, they would only count as 1 and it wouldn't be the toughness. So we had a starting value of 21 and half of that rounded up would be 11, rounded down would be 10. So I'm pretty sure they route actually. I think they route. Pretty sure, I'm pretty sure. In melee, if the test fails and the unit only has half or less of its starting size or tough value, then it routes, and the test is automatically failed if they're shaken. So I do believe that they would route here. I'm gonna move 3 inches this way, and that's gonna be my turn. Last but not least, we have this squad here. Since the ogres have already attacked, they're fatigued, so I feel like this is probably the best chance we have to attack them. And we got the +1 AP. I think only 6 of them are going to be able to attack though. 12 attacks at a quality 5. 5 go through. The piercing strike gives an AP +1 with 2 markers. That's going to negate their shielded at least. So they need 4s. That's enough to kill one of them. Take this guy off. They would hit back, but they're hitting on 6s and they don't get furious. For the batons, 1 goes through. That's just with rending, so it'd be a 6 for that. That's 1 dead, and then the bashes, 6s as well. Nothing there. They would lose combat. They need a 3-up with hold the line. They easily get that. He hasn't gone yet either. He's going to move over this way, and he is going to shoot the other squad. See if we can make a few notches in that armor. He is fatigued, but he's shooting, and he is over 9 away for relentless. 3s, gets them all, and I got a 6. The 6 is destructive and it triggers relentless, so AP 5 for that one. They would need a 6-up even with their defense boost to get it. And then 3 more. AP 1 negates the shields. 4s, oh yeah, that kills 1. 3 for morale, gets it again. That's the end of round 3. I seized objective 6. I destroyed 1 enemy model with the hero rule, and I destroyed the enemy hero with the highest cost. I get 2 for that one. So I get 4 points this turn. The Human Defense Force didn't get any of their objectives. It's looking pretty good right now. I'm just going to play through the 4th round just to see how it goes, because I'm curious to see what I get. Control objective 4 at the beginning and end of the round. Fire at will, destroy 1 enemy unit by shooting, destroy 3 or more for 2 points, and then control objective 3. Start around 4. This one, Ogre, won the roll-off. He's going to charge Trosius. Shock batons. Oh, that's 1 with rending, 1 without, 4 up. That's 1. Can't regen that. And then I need a 6 up. Gets that one. 1 bash. That also goes through. That's got furious. 4s for that. Those go through too. Those I would get to regen. That is 3 damage going through. Puts him at 5. He has a 6 health total. Hitting back, I need 4s. Those all go through. Those are with Bane. Needs 3s. Oh, they all go through. That kills him. And we'll move in a little bit here. Get that objective. We're going to do a full charge here with the grunts. I'm hoping to whittle them down, and then this guy can finish them off. That would get me the points for shooting a unit to death. Needing 5s. AP1 for the piercing growth. Negates the shield. So they are on 4s. Kills another one. He hits back with the bashes. 2 go through. No furious because he didn't charge. That's 2. And then the batons. 4s. 1 with rending. 6s. 6s. And a 5. Hey, I got that one. So 3 die. They did tie. Rather than attacking, he is just going to try and seize this objective. The Snatchers can't get to him. They could try and cast. We got to daisy chain a little bit to get him in range, but he is within the 12-inch bubble that we need. Let's try an overwhelming strike boosted. So I need a 3-up. gets that. That is 2 hits with destructive. You roll to see if the destructive goes off. I did get a 6. So one of these is AP4 and one of these is AP2. And the shielded does not protect against spells. So I would need a 5 for the one and then a 6 for the other one. That's 2 damage. So he's at 1 now. And then I'll see if I can shoot him with this guy. See if I can score that extra point. He is 9 away. 3s. Got a 6. He needs 4s. There's 1 that gets him. And that is game. A full sweep for the Alien Hives. That was a tough game for the AI. I think if I was actually playing them, I would have probably bunched the army up. I mean, they kind of spread out perfectly, and getting that tank down on the first turn was so freaking clutch. See, obviously they didn't score anything. I control objective 3. I destroyed 1 enemy unit by shooting, and control objective 4 at the beginning and end of the same round. I did not get that one. That one's 2 points. So yeah, Alien Hives win. GG. Hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know if you like the mission cards, if you've used them yourself, any suggestions you have for using them, if there are any game types that you prefer and why you prefer them, because there's a few on there. I didn't really talk about it too much, but there's a couple custom deck games that kind of tweak how the game plays with the cards. Might be interesting to try a few of those out. A lot of those are much better suited for actually having 2 players. This was just kind of my way to quickly try this out and also kind of get a little bit more familiar with the newer rules for some of the newer units and a few of the tweaks that they've made in the most recent patch as well. A huge thank you to OnePageRules for sponsoring this video. If you haven't checked them out before, definitely check them out. They're getting better and better by the day, it seems. If you're into 3D printing or you just want to support them, check out their Patreon. And then once you're done with that, check out my Patreon. Huge thank you to this channel's patrons. I do appreciate that support. You know, it's been a little bit of a slow patch for me because I've had a lot of things going on, but I am trying to gradually get back into doing more regular content, particularly crafting. That's about it for now. Thanks for watching. Have a good month. I'll see you next time. See you later.